Salisbury Hill, folks. The time has arrived to give this classic Peter Gabriel track a bash. Alright, now, it's tricky, but my idiot-proof notes are going to help you to get through this, alright, because it's not as tricky as it sounds once you know what to do. Tablature won't help you. Forget that crap. You'll never get your head around it with that. This, hopefully, will, put some of the fears to rest, okay? But a little bit of tab at the beginning, just to get you going. For those people new to the channel, these are your 12 frets. You've got your capo here. Importantly, this is where your fingers will go, because it's all about where your finger positioning is. Always think about guitar playing, like playing pool or snooker. You've always got to think about your next shot, all right? It's a good analogy, that. Your next shot, in the case of guitar players, which fingers do I need free to play the next shape or the next note? All right, so always think about that. It's very, very important. Because if you get fingers are in the wrong position, then it makes it much more difficult to play. So this will stop that happening. So 12 frets here. This is where your fingers are going to go. Your timing's at the bottom, which will help you as we go along. Now, string numbers. These are 5, 4, 3, 2, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, of course, 6 strings of the guitar. Anything you see in brackets, in this case we've got a 5 and a 2, you'll play strings 5 and 2 together. Anything that isn't in a bracket, you'll play that string on its own in isolation, all right? Once you've got your chord shape in place, all right? That's basically it. You can't go wrong. You really can't. Okay, so let's do it slowly, methodically, and we'll get through the whole of the first section, okay, which forms the majority of the track, the bit that everybody knows, the bit that will have everybody on their feet applauding wildly, saying how wonderful you all are, all right, if you do this. So let's begin. Now, a little bit of tab at the beginning, okay? One other thing to point out without blabbing too much, the timing of this is 4 beats to the bar, and then there'll be 3 beats to the bar, then there'll be 4 beats to the bar, and 3 beats to the bar, okay? So the counting goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and I feel stupid doing that. I think I'll just play it instead. All right. So this is what we're going to try and do. Pace. That's where we're going to try and get up to. All right, so let's begin. First finger on the 3rd string at the 1st fret. Look at your tab. Make sure you download this stuff now. Don't just try and do it from the tutorial. Get all the information in front of you. Okay, so a little bit of tab at the beginning. 3rd string at the 1st fret. 3rd string at the 2nd fret. 2nd string open. And remember the rules of the fingers. This finger will play, 1st finger plays the 3rd string, this will play the 2nd, and this will play the 1st. Why am I playing it on a 12 string? Because I'm trying to show off. He plays a number of guitars on the record. He double up the same part and makes it really jingly and jangly. I can only play one guitar, but I can play a 12 string, which just gives it the same effect. Sounds great on electric, sounds great on a 6 string. I'm just trying to be clever, playing it on a 12E. All right, so you don't need a 12 string guitar to do it at all. Right, so we've got, right, now put your 1st finger across 4 strings at the 2nd fret and you're going to hammer on. You're going to do this. Get used to doing this. See that? This finger's going to hammer onto the 2nd string at the 3rd and this one's going to hammer onto the 4th. So just get used to moving your fingers before we play. So bar goes down and then you play 5 and 2 and you're going to hammer on. Okay? So hammer on means literally whack the fingers on strings 5 and 2. Now you're going to add this one as well. It doesn't show that on the you're not going to play that with your fingers, but you are going to hear it as the diagram will show you when you look at it. So look, you looks like you're hammering 2 on, which you are, but you're actually only playing 2 strings, 5 and 2. But you'll hear this. All right, that's the way it is. These are some of the tricks that tablature won't tell you. All right. So we've got 5 and 2. Keep your fingers down and play a 4, then a 3 and 2 together, then a 5. So from the hammer, bring these 2 fingers off now and play 4, 3 and 2 together, then a 5 and then a 4. Alright, so put that together, we've got this. Give it a bit of pace. All starts to make sense then, doesn't it? 1 and 2 and 3 and. So we've done page 1. Right, still on the same shape. Put these fingers back on now, same strings as before. Check the diagram if you can't remember. 5 and 2, this is a bar of 4 beats now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Alright, so we start off, same shape. 5 and 2 together, then a 3, then a 4. Then take these 2 fingers off and play 3 and 2 together, then a 5. I'll play that again. Alright. If you were counting it through, it would be 1, 1 and 2. Then we're going to play an E shape, but instead of doing it in the traditional way, we're only going to play those strings. Okay? We're going to use this 3rd finger to do something else with. Okay, so 1 and 2, like that. Diagram tells you everything, so you can't get lost. We play 4, 3 and 2 together on this E shape. It's E/A because it's going to play an A bass. 4, 3 and 2 together. Then a 5. Then a 4 and 3. Still on the same shape. I'll do that again. 4, 3 and 2 together. Then a 5. Then 4 and 3 together. And then add your 3rd finger onto the 3rd string at the 2nd fret and play 5 and 3. And then take that finger off and play 4 and 2. It's all that's happening is that the explanation is more complicated than the action itself. It really is. Okay, I'll do that again. It sounds great when you put it all together. I'll do it all together. So we've got this. Okay, I'll do that last bit again. 5, 4 and 3, 5 and 3 with this finger on, 4 and 2 with it off. Get the idea, you can hear how that rhythm is going. And you'll notice that the thumb is always doing this. See, when you put it all together and it's got rhythm, it all makes sense. Get onto page 3. Back to the same shape again. These fingers go back on. This is a bar of 3. Okay, now your little finger's going to do a little bit of work here. It's going to sneak onto that 2nd string at the 5th fret. When I say the 5th fret, I'm referring to the 5th fret from the capo, of course. Alright, so let's carry on. 5 and 2 together, because it's in a bracket. Then a 3, then a 4, and then you add your little finger to the 2nd string at the 5th fret and play a 2, then a 5. I'll do that again from that section. Then remove fingers 2, 3 and 4 and play 4, 3 and 2 together. Then a 5 and then a 4. So that bar of 3 beats goes like this. Sorry. Alright, that's that done. Onto the final page. Back to this shape again. Okay, this is a bar of 4. 5 and 2 together. Then a 3, then a 4. remove fingers 2 and 3 and play 3 and 2 together. Then a 5. Now to this E shape again. 4, 3 and 2. Then a 5. Then 4 and 3. Add that third finger and play 5 and 3. And then take it off and play 4 and 2. And then you'd repeat everything from page 3. Let me play it through for you. See the way it goes back to this part? Go into the main chord of A to take us into the song, which we will do next time. I just want to know if enough people have the tenacity to try and do this one. I swear to God, if you follow what I've just said and look at the paperwork as you're doing it, then you'll have it. You won't have a problem. And once you've learned the beginning, of course, you've learned the technique for the rest of the track. All right. That's the key. Whenever you're trying to play a guitar piece by another composer, your first thing you got to do is get into their head, get into their technique and their style. Like Mark Knopfler is completely different to David Gilmour, who's different to Eric Clapton, and so on. You know, Lindsey Buckingham is different again. So before you can even attempt, you know, they've still got two hands and they're still playing the same guitar all of the time, but the approach is different. So. And again, whoever the guitar player was that played on Salisbury Hill, he's a fine player, whoever it was. So we have to get into his head, get into the technique that they're using before we begin. And this is gonna get that technique together. And if you enjoy this, A, you will rattle through the rest of the track without any problem. And B, you'll be one of the few people on God's green earth that can actually do it. All right, so that's a good reason to do it. Right, I'm going to get off. I'm going to shut up now. My coffee's gone cold, by the way. As you can see, I'm back in my little office. I'm back in my little office. I have 3, you know. Oh yes. I just wander around as if I own the place. Well, own some of it. Right, but in the meantime, get stuck into that. Let me know how you get on. If I get enough reaction to what I've done, we'll do the rest of it, okay? If I don't, then we'll do something easy. But this is easy if you do what I've just said. Right, on that note, I shall let you go. If any of your friends want to do it, remember, tell them to subscribe. Everything on my channel, including this, it's all free. You won't get charged for any of the downloads for part 2, 3 or 4 and all that crap. You know, I'm such a generous chap. You can have it all for nothing. I don't care. Right, see you next time. Bye bye.